අනේ හාමුදුරනේ හාමුදුරන්ට කරදර වුණානේ.
නෑ කිසි කරදරයක් නෑ. ස්වර්ණන් ඕන්ලා දොස්තර මහත්තයලා අපේ ජීවිතේ මොනතරම් පහසු කරලා තියෙනවද? ඉතින් ඒ නිසා කරදරයක් වුණාම මොකද වෙන්නේ?
අනේ ආට ඉතින් හාමුදුරනේ හොඳ නෑනේ.
නෑ එහෙම වරි වෙන්න එපා. කලබලයක් නෑ අපිට හදිස්සියක් නෑ මීට බලන්න.
අපේ නම් වැඩ කරනවා හම්දුරනේ මම බැලුවේ සුසිත නංගිලාගේ වැඩ කරනවාද කියලා බලන්න.
පොන්නසිරට කිව්වනම් මේ අවුදිතට කිව්වනම්
අයිලා සුසිත නංගිවා කනෙක්ට් කරලා නැද්ද?
මේ දැන් යනවනේ
පූජාව. හරි නන්දයි. ඩීටේල්ස් තියෙනවනේ. හොඳයි.
කරගන්න පුළුවන්.
මම මේ එළියට ආව ඒකයි මේ ගෙදර එළියේ
හොඳයි. එයා ජොයින් වෙනවා කිව්වා කමක් නැහැ හම්දුරනේ.
අපි
හොඳයි ડોක්ටර් හොඳයි. සාදු සාදු
සාදු.
තෙරුවන් සරණයි සියලු දෙනාටම. Good afternoon everyone.
Good afternoon.
Very warm welcome to our spiritual blessings. Today that offerings been sponsored by Dr. Nanda De Silva and also Mrs. Swarna De Silva out of great ambitions, great compassion, heartfelt aspirations to share the blessings with the family, grandchildren and everyone. Very much when we grow and come to our last age of our lives, we think a lot of others. We think very little of ourselves. So especially Dr. Nanda De Silva and also Swarna Nona spend every day, moment by moment, thinking of what they can do for others. And they have just very little to look after them and content with them. Among those list, their priority is their grandchildren, because they like to see the third generation embrace all these powerful values and develops into a very vibrant future, because they have more than resources compared to what Dr. Nanda and Mrs. Swarna experienced 40-30 years ago when they were bringing up their children. Especially Dr. Nanda De Silva and also Mrs. Swarna De Silva brought up in a very good family and educated in a very special place in Sri Lanka, in Peradeniya, and they still admire those environment and experiences and that life. I believe they met each other, that environment as well, and therefore it has been a very special time in their upbringing. However, what they really like is being associated with the temples and monks and always practicing the teachings of the Buddha throughout their life.
It is there.
Even being into this country, many years ago, there were not many facilities. They travel far and they supported to bring up temples, and they supported the venerable monks. Those are great examples that we can learn from their life. The immediate thing, we started this Milton Keynes Vihara. Even far before that, Swarnanona Nanda Mahatma have been supporting London Buddhist Vihara, Lister Buddhist Vihara, even Letchworth Buddhist Viharas, and even to Letchworth Buddhist Vihara, they still making the monthly contributions, and to other temples as well. So they are giving or supporting in whatever they can. Some people, we ask for some support because it's part of a Buddhist way of life to be gratitude, pay their gratitude to the temples and support it. Sometimes we can't really find some people even being asked, they are not being paying much attention into it. But Dr. Nanda and also Mrs. Swarna de Silva is very voluntarily and very willingly doing that. This is a quality called generosity, dana, that one has been practiced in many lifetimes. When you keep practicing, you can't really stop doing it, or you feel really difficult when you are not doing it. That is why Buddha said, Kusalassa upasampada, train your mind frequently to do good things. Then there would be no opportunity for you to expose yourself into negative things or difficult things that cause the downfall in our life. By experiencing this very thoroughly in their life, Dr. Nanda de Silva and Swarna de Silva really rejoice. I have felt it when I listened to them. They wanted to give as much as this to the community, this to the young children. That is what they do. They are really, even today, they brought everyone together because this is what makes them happy. When one do things, good things by oneself, does not have that scale of happiness. When you bring everyone together, it is not easy to bring everyone together. But if you make a platform and bring everyone together, I even enjoyed the last time we had with the grandchildren. They asked very good questions. And I felt instantly how much that meant for them. So therefore, today, what we will do, we will take the 5 precepts and pay homage to the Buddha. We already done the Buddha Puja. Dr. Nanda de Silva and also Swarna Nona has sent the dana well prepared today to offer for the venerable monks. So the venerable monks had the lunch dana, and after the homage to the Buddha Dhamma Sangha, Noble Triple Gem, we would invite our venerable monks to make a short reflection, and you also can join asking any questions, and we'll do the chanting of blessing to end the program. So today Dana is offered especially to think of few birthdays. First one, 24th March, granddaughter Tenuri de Silva. Wishing Tenuri a happy birthday. Also wishing Kalana all the best in his university exams. Both Kalana and Tenuri are sitting for the final exams in the university. Especially Swarna Nona and Nanda Mahatma want to include these blessings to wish them good health, good luck and success in their studies. Also, they want to bring the blessings to Chris de Silva, who celebrates the birthday on 26th of March. grandchildren. They also want to bring the blessings to Nanda Mahatma's brother, Mr. Dayasena Gadiyavasam, who celebrate the birthday on 26th of March. Also daughter, 30th of March, Dr. Siroma de Silva, she is the youngest, I think, in the family, they want to bring these special blessings for her on this occasion, wishing all the good health and success. They also want to wish a happy birthday to their loving son, who celebrate the birthday on 7th, Mr. Udita de Silva. They like to share the blessings of the Holy Triple Gem for their children, their families, brothers and sisters, and all in the family. They also like to dedicate the Dana merits to their beloved son who passed away, Mr. Ramesh Sanjeeva. So they wanted to transfer the merits into the good name of the beloved son, Ramesh Sanjeeva. They also like to wish the good health protection to the Vihara community and to progress in the good health. They also have included me. I celebrate my birthday on 25th. So they have put their heart and blessings to wish me also good health and all the strength and blessings on my birthday as well. Thank you very much for thinking and being very, very thoughtful about it. You always been like parents to us from the first day of our environment of being here. So that parental blessings, parental affection is always been appreciated, and even this occasion, we take this opportunity to say thank you so much of thinking on my birthday as well. Also, they would very much like to share the blessings with all the venerable monks. Most Reverend Dr. Dato Sumanasiri Nayakathera of Singapore, Malaysia. Also, most Venerable Dikwalle Sila Sumana Pandita Hamduro from Matara Vavuru Kannala. They would like to wish our Hamduros all the happiness, all the good health, and all the blessings. Those are the aspirations for the day. Now I would invite our most venerable Dikwalle Sila Sumana Pandita Hamduro to administer the 5 precepts. After that, we will do a short homage. Then our most reverend Dr. Dato Sumana Sirinayaka Thera will make a Anumodana reflection. After that, we will ask any questions from children. Then we'll do a special blessing to wish Tenuri de Silva, Kalana de Silva, Chris de Silva, Dayasena Mahatma, Dr. Shiroma de Silva, and Udita, and everyone a very happy birthday. And also will share the merits with son, Mr. Ramesh Sanjeeva, parents of both sides of Swarna Nona and also Nanda Mahatma, all the brothers and sisters of their family. Nanda Mahatma has been working in our hometowns, in hospitals in Ambalangoda area, and he even extend even today to very poor, very difficult families in Sri Lanka, in the Buddhist temples, supporting a lot of charity work. In addition to all the support given to the Milton Keynes Vihara, first month of expenses were paid by themselves from their hard earnings, and also supporting this Dhammadana online equipments and other activities in many ways. So they have been supporting. Even normally in this month, March, I go to Sri Lanka to do my mother's Dana. Very voluntarily, they always send a contribution to be part of that Dana as well. So they, as a very humble family, very dutiful two devotees we have met, not only to us, even to every Buddhist Vihara, London Buddhist Vihara, Leicester Buddhist Vihara, and many places. So therefore, we take this opportunity to reflect those good work as a form of rejoicing in merits we call Anumodana. May those merits be with you as a protection, good health, to enjoy the life in health and protection, so that you can improve the quality of the mind and understand the very important concepts of anicca, dukkha, anatma, the Four Noble Truths, the middle path, dependent origination. As a result, we would be lucky enough to achieve the highest liberation, the freedom from suffering, the noble bliss of Nibbana. Bearing this in our hearts, please say Namo Tassa 3 times to observe the 5 precepts.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa.
Buddhang saranang gacchami.
Buddhang saranang gacchami.
Dhammang saranang gacchami.
Dhammang saranang gacchami.
Sanghang saranang gacchami.
Sanghang saranang gacchami.
Dutiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami.
Dutiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami.
Dutiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami.
Dutiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami.
Dutiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami.
Dutiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami.
Tatiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami.
Yampi buddhang saranang gacchami.
Tatiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami.
Sanghang saranang
Tatiyampi
gacchami.
sanghang saranang gacchami.
Yampi sanghang saranang gacchami.
Panatipata veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Anatipata veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Adinādāna veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Adinādāna veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Kāmesu miccācārā veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Kāmesu miccācārā veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Musāvādā veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Musāvādā veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Surāmeraya majjapamā dattāna veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Ramere majjapamā dattāna veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Now we are going to pay our homage to the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. Especially even yesterday we have this Dhamma Dana program. We discuss how to manage our anger and difficult emotions. It is not just giving the dana or making a donation. When you engage yourself very actively in the functions, in the other activities, we develop a lot of emotional resiliences, emotional strength, kind of socket sobers in our life. So therefore, this opportunity is very valuable. It is not just learning the philosophy of Buddhism. It is making ourselves well engaged, how to be active in the Buddhist temples and other activities. Many of the children are being given best education, but not that practical cultural environment. I visited the hospice. There was a young person working. He has got the best education and the top degree, one of few in the engineering. But he stopped working because he had a breakdown. Now he is not earning anything. So I asked why you are working in the hospice. He said, when I go and do these things, I feel a lot out of it. I understand how to deal with people. I understand how to deal with my emotions. I understand how I can tolerate other people. In fact, I did not get any of those when I was growing. As a result, I now become a very useless person. So therefore, I am doing this, I get a lot. I know how to handle the situation, how to live in the community. So this is what we try to do by bringing the children to the temple and let them engage in different activities like functions, Katina ceremonies, full moon day programs. It is not just giving a dana, it is creating an environment so the life will grow in very beautiful way. There was a monk meditating in the jungle. He was very good, but one day he went into a stream of water to get some fresh water to wash his face. He saw a stone being exposed into this stream of water day and day out, got well beautifully shaped. He thought himself, by being in the jungle, I would not really test myself or make myself to the right person. So by having that spiritual attainment, he went to the community. He started practicing a lot of good work. Thereby, he understood how limited his life was in the growth. So therefore, this opportunity is a very good opportunity that very ardently, very joyfully created by Dr. Nanda and also Swarna Nona. Let us practice few minutes in our chanting and meditation by sitting comfortable, bringing our palms jointly together in full concentration. Those who can, you can join the chanting. Others can listen attentively to get the blessings. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Iti piso bhagava arahang samma sambuddho vijjācarana sampanno sugato lokavito anuttaro purisa dhamma sarati sattā deva manussanam buddho bhagavati swakkāto bhagavata dhammo sammittiko akaliko ehi passiko opanayiko panccattang veditabbo viññoeti Supatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Ujupatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Nyaya patipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Samici patipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Yatidang jattari purisa yugani atta purisa puggala isa bhagavato savaka sangho Ahuneyo pahuneyo dakineyo anjali karaniyo Anuttarang punyang kirtang lokasati Vandami cetiyang sambang sambatane supatinditam Saririka dhatu mahabodhim buddha rupang sakalam sada Ayena vaca cittena pamadena maya katam Acchayang kamami bante puripanya tathagata Ayena vaca cittena pamadena maya katam Acchayang kamami dhamma sandintika akalika kayena vaca cittena pamadena maya katam Acchayang kamami sangha supatipanna anuntara mina punya kammena mame bala samagamo satan samagamo tu yava nibbana vantiya sadhu sadhu sadhu
Reverend says, brothers and sisters in the Dhamma, Dr. Nanda and Mrs. Swarna once again doing their monthly dana ceremony, but I see like in between you are doing more and more generosity like this. You have a good objective because you want the young crowd to also understand the value of all these actions, to see that they are not left behind and to get themselves also engaged in the activities. So you choose their birthdays to celebrate. What a great way to celebrate a birthday based on Buddhist values. Buddhist values starts with the 5 precepts, and that is why earlier you took the 5 precepts. But taking the 5 precepts is not enough. It is important to practice them. And also, not technically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a nominal way, to understand the implications that has been given by these 5 precepts. What do you mean by the 5 precepts? And what are the other matters involved in it? Buddhism stands or falls because of ethics and morality. And ethics and morality is the first and foremost teachings of the Buddha. Because with that you proceed to the other. You have dana, not enough. Hamdra also mentioned. And then from dana you go to sila, morality, ethics, value system. Those who are after money or just capitalism and just even education as a capital to make more money, do not see it that way. Education must be for the purpose of calming, cooling down society and bringing harmony. Of course, you need a job, you need money, you need to have the happiness of a have. We don't talk about beauty in poverty as such. simplicity, there is a value. But the 5 precepts are not commandments as such. But interestingly, when we talk about the commandments, those 10 commandments which are so popular among Christian friends, 5 of the 10 commandments points are equal to our 5 precepts. How interesting, no? So Jewish tradition, Christian tradition also follow the same. The 5 precepts they have in a different way in their 10 commandments. So we live in a Christian country as such, but many don't follow the religion. But the value system and the goodness is understood by everybody. Now let us take the first precept. Not to kill doesn't mean just to kill somebody. That means the implication is not to harm anybody. When you have harmful, violent thoughts, then only you perform the action. Before the action, you purposely, deliberately, meditatively concentrate on the point to commit a murder or a killing. In the case of animals, you find it easy, but in the case of human beings, you are liable to law and litigation. So there is a lot of fear. What is important in this precept is that respect for life, and also this complements the human rights concept. Young people always want to fight for human rights. Very good. You must not only think about human rights, we have to think about human duties as well. This was once said by the United Nations Secretary in the early 60s, a very interesting statement. Not only rights, but duties as well. So therefore, many youngsters, not only in the Buddhist system, but in many countries, they show interest in human rights. They show interest in Buddhist principle because of that. They know it's a peaceful religion. But we have seen in the past 2-3 decades, things are a bit not so good. So we need to emphasize the first principle of Buddhism. Even in Christianity, thou shalt not kill, that's a commandment. But here you take the precept not as a ritual. I voluntarily take the precept, that is what you took in 5 precepts, the first one, on my own choice not to kill and not cause to kill as well. If you are aiding, abetting, procuring a crime, a killing, a murder, a theft, a crime, you still break the precept. Even if you don't kill, you ask to kill, you're helping that. Even by civil law, you're liable to litigation. What is interesting, the freedom of Buddhism. People talk, I have free choice. Today, many do not want to follow the rules and regulations given as the norm to avoid the corona problem. So we have in this country a great debate, a lot of fake news, speculation going around. See, you're not supposed to tell lies if you are a Buddhist. So this is the beauty of the precept. Not to tell a lie even for a joke. We are taught in our Buddhist Dhamma schools not to tell a lie even for fun. You see, this is how we are brought up. So we have this thing ingrained in us very strongly. So the precepts help us as a free movement. You take the precepts on your own choice. There is no such thing as an initiation to become a Buddhist. Like you go to the church, you have to be baptized, you have to be having your christening and all that. Certain religions have different rituals. In Buddhism, just follow. It's a free for all religion. Just practice. The value of the Dhamma is come and see, not come and accept. One of the attributes of the Dhamma. Ehi passiko, you say. So this is the open system of the teachings of the Buddha. And Buddhism is not institutionalized, unlike Judaism and Islam and Christianity to some extent in some countries. Hinduism, Buddhism are very liberal aspects of human life and society, I must say so. The same injunction is given in Hinduism, which has influenced Buddhism as coming in the form of Brahmanism. Ahimsa paramo dharma. The greatest dharma, that means religion. There the meaning dharma is religion. The term dharma has about 40 meanings, 30 meanings in Pali, and extra meanings in Sanskrit, Ardhamagadi, and Indian languages. So, when we are following the dharma, we become more open-minded and understand that in other religions also you have this. Interesting, in Buddhism, they are not institutionalized, free aspects. That is why you have so many forms of Buddhists, so many forms of Hindus as well. Not regimented, not rigid. Free will at its best, but tells you if you do this mistake, bad action, these are the results you get. You kill people, you will be killed. It's like that. Very logical and consistent and very close to common sense as well. And we don't do evangelism like some of our Christian friends going house to house and trying to distribute and give Bibles and all the other things and forcing people on the roads as well. No evangelism in Buddhism. Evangelist means evil angel. They say is to make people follow their religion. We don't believe in conversion. Conversion is subversion. We must convert our own minds, our own actions, manage our emotions to be more fulfilled human beings. The Buddha was also very prudent that he gave women a great liberation which the Hindus couldn't do in Indian society. So he is called the father of women's liberation. The first order of nuns in human society, this is historical, was created by the Buddha. Before Buddha, in Jainism, in Zoroastrianism, in Judaism, and other African religions, you did not have such a system. So the Buddha became the father of women's lib. Non-violence is important because the moment you accept violence, it creates not only war, conflicts in life, in society, in the individual as well. And then the second precept, it tells you not only to commit theft, but not to perform forgery or fraud. No bribery, no corruption. All that. So these are all important for a harmonious society and good governance. Not even to copyrights. Many youngsters just try to live on the digital system, live in the computer, and live on the mobile, iPhone, iPad, whatever it is. And if all of you are going to write answers just according to what you see, everybody will be answering their exams in the same way. It will be very dull life. There's no creativity. So you lose your human touch. Be careful. Theft, intellectual property, all these things are there to look into. And the problem of one of the major problems like violence now, what we have is fake news. So therefore, the teachings of the Buddha is so important that it involves in our human life even today, 2,600 years after what he has already preached. Then the third precepts, It's not just having wrong sex, but how to have responsibility in your sexual life. Buddhism is not against sex. It also has shown that there is a small value in sex. Appasada dukha kama. This is what the Buddha very beautifully says. But he says there's a higher happiness. So happiness is not just physical, mental, spiritual, psychical, psychological, and so on. So therefore, a long-term commitment so that we can avoid living together like in our British society and many other Western societies. It has become a norm. This is not good because you don't see the value of respecting human bodies. As much as you respect your body, you must respect the bodies of others as well. And then the fourth precept is not just not to tell lies, but whatever we do from our words, verbal actions, they are all included in that one sentence. If we think it's not only telling lies, we are okay, we are wrong. It tells us if we don't tell lies, how good can we become? We won't do malicious speech, harsh speech, and also gossip. You can't have gossip Lanka, no? So therefore, not to tell lies is important in a very wider aspect. That is how we have to see in the teachings of the Buddha. And then the fifth one, not to touch intoxicants. That means it's not only liquor, drugs as well. Some Buddhist traditions have included smoking also. So medicinal smoking is allowed in Buddhism, in the ancient days, but not the ordinary smoking which causes your downfall and your heedlessness. And to see that you are not drugged by anything, because when you first take the bottle or the beer glass, later on the bottle takes you, because you get addicted to it. You run after it, you look for it, you long for it. The law of attraction takes you there. So, brothers and sisters in the Dhamma, the teachings of the Buddha, we have to see in this wider perspective. Then we understand it more and enjoy practicing Buddhism and enjoy the Dhamma. And finally, we can gain the bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu.
Thank you very much, Most Reverend Dr. Dato Sumanasri Naik Thera of Singapore, Malaysia, for making a reflection on today's Punyānumodana, sharing of merits. If there is any questions that children would like to ask, that would be great. If you have any questions, not only children, even adults can participate.
Something. Chris has questions, but there's quite a few. Could Chris put it in an email? He has quite a few questions to ask, but numerous, so it would take too long.
No. We are okay. We
are
had
okay.
our dana.
We had our lunch.
Yeah, we had our lunch. We are okay.
Yeah, that's like.
If you can come a bit closer to the mic so that we can hear well.
Sorry. Sorry, Chris is concerned that there's too much detail that on the questions that we don't have enough time today.
And also, I want to ask in private as well. But
can we email you?
Oh yes,
Those
you
questions?
can email. Yes. We can include them in the next time.
Yeah. I had a question when you were saying about the human rights. You mentioned about human duties. And could you explain what you meant about the human duties? Because we hear a lot about human rights, but never about human duties.
The human duty is to live and to let live. The human duty, as enjoined in the United Nations Charter, is respect for life. Don't just kill. Respect for the freedom of expression. Respect to be different. That pluralism to be accepted. Don't be racist. Don't be extremist. These are all human rights as well, as much as the rights of the others. When we accept and follow, it becomes the duty of theirs that we are doing. Rights and duties are reciprocate. One party's rights become the duties of the other party. So when you follow your duties, I give another simple example. The Buddha have given very clearly what you call the golden principle. Don't harm others because you don't want to be harmed. Don't kill others because you don't want to kill. These are very interesting golden value systems which help us to think ourselves as others, as we all love to be living without harm, so we shouldn't harm others. That's a duty. So likewise, duties to parents, duties to your religion. Certain religions have made them like commandments. Buddhism doesn't make it like that. It says it's a duty. So when you give to others the duties and do for them, in return you get it back here and now, or there and later. It's like that. Duties are all equally distributed in the Buddhist value system, social philosophy. Duties of parents to children, both sides, 5 for children, 5 for parents. 5 duties for wife, 5 duties for husband. Only for us, the Buddha says 6 duties. You know, his Buddha was not fair to monks. If I use a statement like that, yeah. But all the other duties is a 5 duties, 5 duties. Friends to the other friends, employers to employees, and employees to employers. It's like that. It's a large network of not only asking you to do the duties, but the duty to other parties is your right as well. And the right of the other party to accept it. So they are reciprocal.
That's a very good question. One thing mentioned, when we wake up in the morning, we got to take few seconds to clear our mind and think, what can I do for others? Others should start from the household. How can I support my mother? How can I appreciate my siblings? How can I just make a message to my grandparents? And how can I keep the connections and their blessings in my growth? Those are my duties. It's very important. Sometimes in our growing mind, we expect others to do things for us. We hardly think of what we can do for them. Sometimes our parents are being told us, when the children come to the Dhamma school, some days the parents are not well. So those children go and ask, Mommy, can I do something for you? You need to rest because you work very hard. So that's how this duty is coming. We call duty consciousness. That is very important thing. And I'm very glad that we ask, as parents, we need to study that Singalovada Sutta. Buddha says 5 duties. They sounds very simple and very traditional. But if you go into the deep level of that, you can have the best parental psychology there. If you think of the children's duties in the Singalovada Sutta, if you go into detail, in the surface level, it is very traditional, sometimes very boring. But if you go into there, you could see the highest parental psychology in there. And if any child take those 5 duties, explain there, Buddha said 61 duties. 61 duties. He divided the society in 12 divisions, and he explained 5 each, as our Hamduro mentioned, extra one for the monks. So the monks has 6 duties. All other groups has 5 each. So the monks has to work very hard. That is why we are waiting, staying here to facilitate you, blessing you, giving the Dhamma. You know, any other giving, this Dhamma Dana is the highest merit. So, sorry I disturbed. Somebody was asking another question.
Sorry, I'm going to be a bit boring and ask again. In a previous sermon, you said about meditation, and you're given to meditate on a color or a word. How does that work? I only thought I'm only used to sort of guided meditation where someone talks you through the meditation step by step. But I don't understand how you'd be asked. You can meditate on the one thing, say on the color.
Color is something that we see. Now, why do we monks wear specific colors? Yellow, orange, brown, maroon. We don't wear black and white and all the other colors. Because these are called sacred colors. And sacred colors are timeless, been accepted by world traditions and cultures. Because human experience have given them to understand that every color has a healing aspect. There's something called color therapy. So when you look at the healing object which is in front of you, the one you just mentioned as a meditation, you get the healing process, you get into it, it reflects on you. You identify yourself with that healing process, not the color, but the color is the indication. So it is only an implication that gives you, because not everybody has the same way of thinking and judging. So therefore, variations in color and variations in systems, because we are all plural. We are not thinking in the same way. Human beings, they are one species, but their types are different. So according to that, we have different types of meditation. That's the reason.
I'm glad that you remember that question and ask again. I would really like to contribute a bit into that. The best meditation explained by the Buddha is as described in the mindfulness discourse. Color meditations are somewhat not encouraged much by the Buddha because there is a risk factor there. So it is not really for ordinary people. It got to have a very good support of a well-experienced meditation teacher to practice, because I know personally people has gone quite into trouble by practicing color meditations and things. Those are not really actually recently been with the commentaries add into the original teaching of the Buddha, because anything can be complicated once it goes into the other hands of the people. So we got to be careful with some meditation practices, especially for the mental health and well-being. So therefore, best meditation I can recommend is breathing meditation, loving kindness meditation, body scanning meditation, walking meditation is excellent meditations. Color meditations are particularly for concentration developments. So you focus for a long time one-pointedness on object and go into a deep state of stillness. There is a very huge health and safety factor there. Unless one is not being supported well with the well experience, you are in a very big risk, because not like a physical kind of break up a leg. Mind is a very subtle object. Once one cross that tiny line, nobody can help, especially Dr. Nanda is a psychiatric consultant. He knows how powerful the mind can. Once someone's mind is gone slightly to the other side, even though you are a Buddha, you can't do anything. Buddha can show the path. Buddha can't change the people. So therefore, Buddha very clearly explained right meditations, beneficial meditations. It's coming particularly from the Visuddhimagga, recently, not recently, been written later, a commentary, those 41 subjects of meditations. So that's very good question. I'm glad that you remember and ask it.
Yeah. I wanted to ask, the meditations that you mentioned, where can I, where, what's this? Yeah, where do you find those? I mean, to just start off simply.
Sorry, say it again,
Where do
please.
you find the
The
other?
meditations.
Where you can find the other. So if you can read, there are some online resources like Metta Bhavana, the loving kindness meditation. There are some books being written on breathing meditation. We call Anapanasati Bhavana. The good meditations like, the 32 parts of body, posture awareness, getting your posture awareness, walking meditation. There are some books being written by Narada Hamuduru, Bante Gunaratana, few books from Ajahn Sumedo, Ajahn Amaro. If you search by their name on Google, you get a lot of free PDF books and also a lot of talks from them. So those monks like Ajahn Sumedo, Ajahn Amaro, Bante Gunaratana, Venerable Narada, they never promote such kind of difficult, complicated meditations. They are always promoting very direct, original teachings, how one can practice meditation.
Is this in English or is this in?
All English, yeah. The Ajahn Sumedo is an English monk. Ajahn Amaro is an English monk. Venerable Narada is the pioneer who introduced teaching in English in Sri Lanka. Venerable Piyadasi is the first Buddhist monk came into the world. Ananda Maitreya Thero. So they are very good English books. And if you go to our website, buddhistacademy.com, there is a reading list. You can find those resources that you can download the PDF and things like that.
Thank you.
එහෙමනම් අපි ආශිර්වාද කරලා අවසන් කරමු නේද?
හොඳම ආම්දුනේ.
ડોක්ටර්ද මොනවා හරි එකතු කරන්න තියනවද කියන්න?
නෑ ආම්දුනේ අද මේ බණ ටික බොහොම හොඳයි ළමයින්ට. අර ආම්දුරන්ට පුළුවන් නම් වෙබ්සයිට් එකේ ආම්දුරන්ගේ වෙබ්සයිට් එකේ මේක මට එවුවොත් මට ඒගොල්ලන්ට අරිත හැකි.
මම ඒ ලින්ක් එක එවන්නම්.
හොඳයි.
And now we are going to make a short blessing chanting.
We're just getting the
children, sorry.
Especially our Dr. Nanda De Silva and also Mrs. Swarna Nona and all the children, especially those who are celebrating the birthdays, Tenuri Doni De Silva and also Chris De Silva, our Dayasena Gadiyavasam Mahatma, Dr. Shiroma De Silva, Udita De Silva, and all, including myself. May those who are celebrating the birthdays, may they be well, happy, and peaceful. Also, the loving son who passed away, Mr. Ramesh, Sanjeeva, and all the departed relatives and parents and families, brothers and sisters and everyone. May they equally share these blessings. Bearing those in our heart, let us transfer the merits to our departed relatives and friends. Idang me nyati nang hotu sukita hontu nyatayo. Idang me nyati nang hotu sukita hontu nyatayo. Idang me nyati nang hotu sukita hontu nyatayo. Also may all the devas rejoice in our blessings and return their blessings to the Dr. Nanda Mahatma Swarna Nona to gain the best of their health protection, to continue their good work and have the highest spiritual blessing and attainments. May the Devas continue to protect them and bless them good health and longevity. Also to everyone in the family, may all the Devas protect them all, the temple, the community, the family, grandchildren, children, and all. Especially the brothers and sisters, our Tusita Nona and Daya Mahatma and everyone. So may they also be blessed by the Devas. May the Devas attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Bearing that in our heart, let us share the merits with Devas. Akasattha ca bhummatta devanaga mahiddhika punyantang anumoditva chiran rakkantu loka sasanam. Akasattha ca bhummatta devanaga mahiddhika punyantang anumoditva chiran rakkantu desanam. Akasattha ca Bhummatta devanaga mahiddhika punyantang anumoditva chiran rakkantu mang paranti. Idang Ittavata ca ammehi samvatang punya sampadang sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Ittavata ca ammehi samvatang punya sampadang sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Ittavata ca ammehi samvatang punya sampadang sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Now we are making a very special chanting of blessing to everyone, especially those who are celebrating the birthday. That was the prime purpose in this dana and blessings. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Karaniya matta kusalena yantam santam padang abhisamedja sakko ujuca sujuca suaco tassa mudhamati santussa koca subharoca appakinjoca sallauka buddhi santindriyoca nipakoca appagambo kulesu ananugindo naca kundang samacare kinciyena vinyu pare upavadeyong sukino vakemino hontu sambe santa bhavantu sukitanta yeke cipana bhutanti tasavata viravanavase
රස්සා
දීගාවායේ මහන්තාවා
මජ්ජිමාරස්ස කානුකතුලා දිට්ඨාවායේව
අන්දිට්ඨායේච
දූරේ වසන්තිය විදූරේ
භූතාවා සම්භවේසීවා
සම්බේ සන්තා භවන්තු සුඛිතන්තා
නපරෝ පරං නිකුම්බේත
නාති මඤ්ඤේත ගන්ත තිනං කංචි
යාරෝසනා පටිග සංඥාඤ්ඤමඤ්ඤස්ස
දුක්ඛ මිච්ඡේය
මහතායතානියං පුත්තං
ආයුසායේක බුද්ධ මනුරංගේ
ඒවංපි සබ්බ භූතේසු
මාන සම්භාවයේ අපරිමාණං
මෙත්තංච සබ්බ ලෝකස්මින්
මාන සම්භාවයේ අපරිමාණං
උත්තං අදෝච තිරියංච
අසම්බාධං අවේරං
අසපත්තං තිට්ඨං චරං නිසින්නෝවා සයානෝවා
ආයාවතං විගත මින්දෝ
ඒතං සතින් අදිත්තේය
බ්‍රහ්මමේතං විහාරං
ඉදමාහෝ දිට්ඨිංච අනුපගම්ම සීලවා
දස්සනේන සම්පන්නෝ
කාමේසු විනීයගේ දං
නයිජාතු ගබ්බසෙයං
පුනරේති සබ්බීතියෝ විවජ්ජන්තු
සම්බරෝගෝ විනන්දතු මාතේ
භවත්වන්තරායෝ සුඛී දීඝායුකෝ භව භවතු සම්බ මංගලං රක්ඛන්තු සම්බ දේවතා සම්බ බුද්ධානුභාවේන
දාසුද්ධි භවන්තු තේ
භවතු සම්බ මංගලං රක්ඛන්තු සබ්බ දේවතා සබ්බ ධම්මානුභාවේන සදා සොත්ති භවන්තු තේ භවතු සබ්බ මංගලං රක්ඛන්තු සබ්බ දේවතා සබ්බ සංඝානුභාවේන සදා සොත්ති භවන්තු තේ නක්ඛත් යක්ඛ භූතානං පාපග්ගානි
නිවාරණාවරිත්තස්සානුභාවේන
හන්තු තේ සංඋපද්දවේ දේවෝ වස්සතු කාලේන සස්ස සම්පත්තියේ තුච පීතෝ භවතු ලෝකෝච රාජා භවතු ධම්මිකෝ
ආම්දුරුල් සියලු දෙනාටම අපි බොහෝම කෘතඥව ආශිර්වාද කරනවා නිරෝගී බවයි දීර්ඝායුෂ ලැබිලා මේ ධර්මය ප්‍රචාරක වැඩ තවත් කරගෙන නිවන් අවබෝධ කර ගැනීමට මේ ජීවිතයේදීම අවස්ථාව ලැබේවා ලැබේවා ලැබේවා
සාදු සාදු සාදු
තෙරුවන් සරණයි.
හොඳයි ආම්දුරුනි.
Perhaps next time we'll give a little bit of meditation for them as well.
Thank you
ආම්දුරනේ
very much.
For the next time we'll give a few minutes meditation for them, for the children, few minutes.
Yes, yes.
Thank you for that. Thank you.
Thank you.
සාදු සාදු
හොඳයි ආම්දුරුනි.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
bye bye thank you for joining Lalita thank you
Thank you for
Thank you
having
for
us
that.
to join.
Thank you for. What did they say?
and Lily and Kriti. Okay thanks very much everybody
Okay. Thank you for organizing it.
Bye then.
Thanks. Bye. This is the way to be.
Bye Puta. Bye Lalita and everybody.
musical ආවේ නැහැ
ඉතින් මේ තාමත් තියෙන යාගේ මේක